the beautiful sights of War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Good evening, everyone. Time for Russellville Crimson Cyclone football. And what a season it has been, and what an opportunity tonight. But a toughie, let me tell you, the Little Rock Catholic Rockets, this is their home stadium. War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, where the Arkansas Razorbacks also play. And an opportunity for the Cyclones to go to 8-0 on the year. They are currently ranked second in the state, but a formidable opponent tonight in Little Rock Catholic. There are the cheerleaders on a chilly night, ready to usher the Cyclones onto the field. And you can see they're even blowing their hands there a little bit. It's a little chilly as we get set for Russellville and Catholic. Here is a football game in which some of the state pundits, including Hootens Incorporated, even though the Cyclones, second ranked in the state, a lot of the predictors feeling as though Little Rock Catholic might prevail in this game, actually picking Catholic to defeat Russellville. Well, we'll see how the Cyclones fare this evening. This is a group that has gained a lot of confidence, a group that has, well, I think it's safe to say, has already exceeded expectations for the year. We knew the defense would be good. We didn't know about the offense except for a few key components, I should say. But what a season it has already been. For the Cyclones this evening, you see Clayton Falcons. He's 56. Number 3 is Josh Morosco. 45 is Jared Vinson. 21 is Kenneth Golden. For Catholic, 36 is Ryan Herget. We'll try to catch these other captains as we have the opportunity for the blue, gold, and white clad Catholic Rockets of Little Rock. The toss of the coin has been accomplished. We see that number 85 is the other captain. That is Paul Drake. Now, for some of you as old as I am, you suddenly think of Paul Drake as being from the Perry Mason weekly television series. He was the private investigator, but this is a little different situation. Tonight is Paul Drake, one of the captains for Little Rock Catholic. Cyclones are, of course, white-clad on the road this evening with black helmets and red numerals. And Jeff Holt and his staff have done a wonderful job with these young men. A lot of excitement in Russellville in the Arkansas River Valley. It is, of course, past remembering time, the last time the Cyclones were 7-0, much less 8-0 in a season. Here come the Cyclones onto the field. Marcus Kitchens was at the beginning. Now we have other Cyclones who take over the front of the pack, including Tanner Keeling, number 48. There's Jared Vincent, number 45, and the head man, there he is, Jeff Holt. What can we say? A group which the offense was, to say the least, questionable. Losses along the offensive line. We've talked about it week after week. An unproven quarterback. Some good running backs coming back, yes, but the rest pretty well unproven. And the Cyclone offense has been, at times, very sharp. At other times, it has struggled a bit. But the defense has really been solid, and the Cyclones have put enough points on the board to gather themselves to 7-0 on the year and hope to make it 8-0 this evening. The pregame prayer is completed, and we're just moments away from the kickoff of tonight's game. Well, I'll tell you what, it's a thrill just to be on this artificial surface here at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. It's a lot bigger, of course, than most of the stadiums that the fans, and there are a lot of Cyclone fans right there, a lot of the fans, a lot of the venues that we go to week after week, from Cyclone Stadium to just all over the state of Arkansas. This is Of course, the place that holds better than 55,000 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. And, of course, a lot of the state championship games are played right here at seasons and playoffs end, and the Cyclones would love to be right back here in about 6 or 7 weeks playing for a state championship. Ready to go Catholic is to kick off to the Cyclones. 34. That is Tyler Campbell. As the Rockets deploy. And we're set for this one. A lot of excitement in the air. Back at the 1-yard line with that back foot. And out past the 20-yard line, Kenneth Golden. Out to the 21, maybe the 22-yard line. 97 in on the stop was Nolan Smith, the linebacker. He's a junior. And that's where the Cyclones will start to begin the ball game. Again, it's these huge stands, a big press box with an elevator, and all the things that you look forward to coming to a big-time football game. Well, this is big-time football here tonight. Big-time atmosphere. At quarterback, Barrett Hughes wants to throw the bomb on first down, has a man out there, and it goes incomplete at the 40-yard line. Intended for Kenneth Golden out of the backfield. So the Cyclones were hoping to make an impression fast by throwing the deep ball on first down. Well, you saw him walking out onto the field. Ellis Scooter Register is the head coach here at Little Rock Catholic. He has been in the state of Arkansas coaching for so many years. Spent a lot of years at El Dorado. Spent a lot of years right here in Central Arkansas. Back in Central Arkansas now at Little Rock Catholic. So 2nd down and 10 for the Cyclones. First quarter action just underway. Now we're going to flip-flop and reposition in a straight I formation. Give the football off to Golden, and Golden slides to the 24-yard line. Stop made defensively by Colbert Nelson. Colbert, number 49, is a defensive back at 6'1", 170. He's a junior. Make it 3rd down and 8 now. After the long bomb and then a 2-yard pickup. David Robinson will go split left. Keeling is out there, so is Haley. From the shotgun. Throws underneath an incomplete, intended for David Robinson. So place the football back at the 18-yard line. And here once again is quarterback Barrett Hughes. Looking, gonna fire out. It's complete at the 20 and out to the 24-yard line. David Robinson was the pass receiver on the play. So out of the 24-yard line, it brings up the 4th down for the Cyclones, and Zach Hawker's into the ball game to punt the football away. Going to be fielded at the 41 and breaks away, but not from the second man. The return from Charlie Gardner, number 18. Let's look at it again. There's Gardner on the right of your screen. He takes it. And he is slowed right there by the Cyclones, but breaks away. And then fine regrouping there by the Cyclones and great gang tackling. Actually, he went the other way trying to make a few additional yards. Josh Morosco leading the charge there for the Cyclones. So, first down for Little Rock Catholic. Good field position, their own 42-yard line. Back to throw. Being pursued, and a sack on the play. Bradford Webb. Let's look here. Let's see who got in here. Chasing him down, the quarterback, Taylor Bartlett, he is dropped by the Cyclones, and by the Cyclones, Addison Walker, number 44. That's a big loss back to the 30-yard line. A loss of about 10 on the play. So second down and 20. Taylor Bartlett, the quarterback, number 1, going to throw it up for grabs. And it's intercepted by the Cyclones. Jared Vinson gets a great block there from Josh Morosco, and he's finally hauled down from behind. That tackle by Jordan Robertson. Let's look at it again. This pass kind of floats out there. You see, he put a lot of air underneath it. Gave the Cyclones a chance to react, and there was the old tip drill. And Jared Vinson came up with the bounce. Look at Morosco just lay that defender right down on his back. And then finally the stop there, but not before. Jared Vinson with that return to the 35-yard line. I believe that pass was intended. Well, we'll check it. Let's give it off. Not much there. Ooh, boy, I'll tell you what. Not much there for Kenneth Golden. The stop made defensively by Hunter Rankin, the defensive back, number 14. At the 35. No gain, if any, possibly just a little bit of a loss. 3 wide receivers are left. Throwing out of the backfield to Haley. Slips one tackle and is finally bumped out of bounds. That's Charlie Gardner, number 18, that knocks Haley out. Let's look at it again. Throws out of the backfield to the slot receiver. Good block there by Stephen Gebhardt. Springs Haley down to the 25-yard line. So at the 25, I formation in the backfield for the Cyclones midway through the first quarter with no score. Big interception by Jared Vinson. Big play in this ballgame so far. Give it off to the fullback. Keeling gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's just about all. That interior is pretty tough for the Rockets. Number 70 was Daniel Petty in on the stop. Also in there was Andrew Sprick, number 90, the linebacker. So Haley checks in. Also into the ball game is Demarius Neal. At the tight end, he's on the left there. Left-hand side of the offensive line. Play action. The pass. There is Neal at the 10, the 5, touchdown. Well, the tight end. Cyclones don't throw to Demarius Neal very often, but look here on the right side of your screen. He is wide open. There's nobody close to him. And he just trots into the end zone for the touchdown. Closest man to him was Hunter Rankin, who was actually defending Haley. So the Cyclones draw first blood here at War Memorial Stadium. And Zach Hocker in for the extra point kick. The kick is up, and the kick, it is Good. The hold from Blake Robinson, and our score is Russellville 7 and Catholic of Little Rock 0. Well, that was a great response after the tip and the interception by Jared Vincent. Cyclones with a short 35-yard drive go in for the touchdown. So there's the special teams now as Zach Hocker, after kicking the extra point, will now kick off for the Cyclones. There was a name we didn't know at all, at least to most Cyclones fans, at the end of last year. And now he's almost a household word. Zach Hocker. Extra points, field goals, kickoffs. We've called his name a lot. And speaking of calling their names a lot, look in the bottom left-hand side of your screen. You'll see the many great sponsors who are bringing you tonight's game right here on IMC Studios Sportswatch. We appreciate them so much. They're with us each and every week throughout the football campaign. So here's Hocker to kick off. And this one's going to go into the end zone. That's what you want to see from your kicker. And no return possible from Riley Mangan. Magin, M-A-G-I-N-N, a 5'6", 140-pound junior. It was 5 yards deep in the end zone. The officials called an automatic touchback. So the Catholic offense onto the field, now trailing 7-0. Midway through the first quarter, quarterback Taylor Bartlett, a 5'8" junior. I formation wants to throw the football out of the backfield. Oh, and it is intercepted by Lucas Frazee. Wow, it's 2 in a row, and the Cyclones are back in business. Let's look at it again. Steps back, wants to throw right, and Frazee just steps into the pattern, and guess what? He's got it. He's going to be dropped about the 23-yard line. The pass was intended for John Springer, the wide receiver, and the Cyclones, because of a very alert defense, are back in business again. Barrett Hughes will trot onto the field, as will the offense. Demarius Neal, who caught the touchdown pass, now will be lined up on the right-hand side. Tanner Keeling will be in the slot right. Cyclones close to pay dirt again. Give it off. There's Golden running for daylight. 20, 15, down to the 12-yard line. Stop is made there by Hunter Rankin. Let's look at it from ground level on the replay. Nice hole here. And Golden gets to the outside. Separates 2 defenders and dives for all the extra yardage he can get. And that gained down to the 18-yard line. Shotgun formation with Hughes deep. Twin receivers left. Give it off. Oh, nothing there for Golden that time. He ran right into a lot of blue shirts. Led by Drew Turner, number 31. Turner, 5'10", 205. He's just a sophomore. So head coach Jeff Holt wants to have a word with his offense. Seven to nothing Cyclones. First quarter, and the Cyclones would come up with 2 big interceptions. Lead 7-0, trying to expand on that right now, and there's a great shot from our sideline camera. Fake to Golden, roll right, throw the backfield, complete to Keeling. Who's going to stop him? Nobody. He's in for the touchdown. Tanner Keeling. Let's look at it again. Perfectly executed play action there to Golden. Even fooled the cameraman for a moment. Rolling out, there's Keeling, and from 15 yards out, who's going to get in front of that 250-pounder? Not many folks, and he's in for the touchdown. 13-0. And Zach Conker barely got his foot to cool off, and he's going to attempt to make it a 14-0 ball game. Whistles blow. Officials confer. Looks like Catholic had too many people trying to outnumber the Cyclones, and they would have literally 12-11. All right, old Blake Robinson. As they move it 1 yard closer to the goal line. For the extra point kick, Zach Hocker will try to make it 14-0, and the kick is in the air. It's good, 14-0 your score, as Russellville has burst to a 14-0 lead over Catholic from War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Great start for the Cyclones. There you see the big Jumbotron here at War Memorial Stadium. And a lot of excited Cyclone fans right now. We have not even completed quarter number 1, and the Cyclones have turned 2 interceptions. One drive of 35 yards, the other of barely 22 or 23 yards. And a touchdown to Demarius Neal and a touchdown to Tanner Keeling. 2 extra points from Zach Hocker, and he's going to try to put it in the end zone again and keep Catholic from having a run back here. But Cyclone fans have got to feel great about this on the road and leading 14-0. That one's 5 yards deep into the end zone again. No return. Riley Megan just had to field it and hand it to the officials, and it'll be first down and 10 from the 20-yard line for Catholic. Well, Taylor Bartlett's had a rough start to his night. 2 interceptions, setting up 2 touchdowns. Here comes Catholic onto the field. But I'll tell you, Coach Scooter Register, he is always prepared. And he's been around. He's a wily coach. He's been around a long time. And you watch. Catholic is not down and out on this thing yet. Hand it off to the tailback, and the gain out to the 23, maybe the 24-yard line. Bradford Webb in there on the stop, and carrying the football was Garrett Euchman, number 82. There's Bartlett. He went to the sideline to get the play that the coaching staff wants to run. Wasn't quite 4 yards on the pickup, but we'll call it 4. Now in the triple I formation. Gave it off to the first man through. Got across the 25 to the 26-yard line. And you see Terrell Carter at the bottom of that pile. Addison Walker was also there. And we have a penalty on the play. Going to mark it off. There's the yellow hanky. Mark off 5 yards against Catholic. It looked like it was a motion penalty, but a little hard to pick up. Now from the shotgun, with twin backs in the backfield to protect. Rolling right. Now the quarterback's going to run to the 25, out to the 30-yard line. Nice pickup. Lucas Frazee, number 16, makes the stop on Taylor Bartlett, the 5'8 quarterback for Catholic. Will it be enough for a first down? It is, as it is across the 30, between the 30 and the 31, and a first down for Catholic. New set of players come into the ball game. I formation. Handed off to the fullback, into the secondary, out to the 40-yard line. Carrying the football was big number 30, Aaron Kwalinski, 5'9", 210-pounder. He was stopped by Chase Wetzel, number 27, for the Cyclones, out at the 40-yard line. close to another first down. Chwalinski, just a junior, but 5'9", 210, like a bowling ball. And the quarterback, Taylor Bartlett, just tries to get across the 40 out to about the 43-yard line. It's enough for another Catholic first down. So Catholic, starting this drive at their own 20, has been able to kind of put some offense together here, mostly on the ground. Bartlett runs back into the huddle. There's big David Stewart in that front line. Trent Leslie on your left, number 41. Grant Michener, number 36. Terrell Carter, number 89. Give it off, and that tailback gets into the secondary 50 to the 48-yard line of the Cyclones. Thomas Gring, 5'11", 180 junior, number 2. And that should be enough for another first down. At near the 48-yard line of the Cyclones. So whatever Catholic has found, it has been working. Their offensive line opening some pretty good size holes against this very good Cyclone defense. From the shotgun. Cyclones show it blitz, throw it out of the backfield, and nice job there before Josh Morosco comes over to make the stop. Kitchens helps. Let's look at it again. Little flare out of the backfield. Let them go one-on-one. Kitchens turns it in and responds to the play. The pass receiver was John Springer, number 3. Gain to the 45-yard line. Call it a pickup of 4. I formation in the backfield. Give it to the fullback, and not quite as much, but he does pick up about 6 or 7. Jared Vincent and Kitchens are there. Again, Aaron Walensky made that run for the Rockets. Late first quarter, Cyclones on the follow-up of 2 pass interceptions have scored twice and kicked 2 extra points to make it 14-0. Give it off tailback. Sweeps left and fights forward. I think that was Trent Leslie holding on for dear life there. Now it's Jared Vincent, number 45. The ball carrier was Thomas Gring. Gain down to the 33-yard line and inside the 33. This drive began at the Catholic 20-yard line after the kickoff following the second Cyclone touchdown. Bartlett from the shotgun. Down the line, looking to option. Now going to keep it himself. Gets inside the 25. Down to about the 23-yard line. Over there for the Cyclones this time was Aaron McConnell, number 47. Junior, 5'11", 205. Gained down to the 23-yard line. So this has been a good time-consuming drive from Catholic. And they are now knocking on the door. They're almost in the red zone. Give it off the tailback, and he is tripped up as he got to the line of scrimmage. Jared Vincent reaching out a hand. You can see him walking into the right-hand side of your screen there. But it's enough for a first down for Catholic inside the 23. Vincent got good penetration and tripped up the ball carrier, Thomas Gring. Taylor Bartlett gets the play, sends twin receivers right. Twin backs in the backfield surrounding him in the shotgun formation. Back, want to throw it out of the backfield. It is complete. Short pickup down to about the 18-yard line. Josh Morosco making the stop on his counterpart, number 3, John Springer. Football at the 18-yard line. Pickup of 4 on the play, and Catholic is definitely into the red zone now. Wide receiver right, make it twins. Give it off to the tailback, and Jared Vincent says, "No, where are you going?" Number 9, Riley Megan, the junior, number 9. Not much there. There are the final seconds of period number 1 ticking away. We may not get another play before the end of this quarter. 14-0 Cyclones. And that's exactly what's going to happen. That's the end of the first quarter. Russellville 14-0 at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you had someone build you a deck, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone build you a pool, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone install your roof, you'd want them to use award-winning GAF materials. Miller Roofing Company is the only GAF certified roofing company in the River Valley. Miller Roofing Company is the only one that accepts credit cards and offers financing. Don't settle for anything but the best. Don't settle for anyone but Miller Roofing Company, serving the River Valley for over 24 years.
Though I've been actively involved in public service for several years, I find that family life plays a critical role in preparing me to be your state representative. Families deal with budgets every day, and things like jobs and safety are paramount to us. We know education is the key to success, and that we all have to work together for the good of all. Families, they can teach us a lot about the right paths in life. As your next state representative, I'll bring my collective public service and practical experience to the state capitol.
Cyclone fans, Hootens, we're stopping your prediction with a rabbit's foot. Referring to Hootens, of course, picking against the Cyclones here tonight in Little Rock. 14-0, the Cyclones turn 2 interceptions, both into pay dirt. Once a 35-yard drive, the second time a 22-yard drive. But now it is Catholic that is threatening deep in Cyclone territory. So it'll be up to that defense that you're looking into that huddle right now. Coach McNabb having a talk with Wetzel, and there's Kitchens, Jared Vinson. So this vaunted Russellville defense being called on now to stop Little Rock Catholic, which the drive began at their own 20 and has now moved deep into Cyclone territory as we begin period number 2. At the 17-yard line, this is tough territory for anybody. They found it tough going against Cyclone defense here. Out of the backfield, the pass, whoa, just overthrown. Open was Garrett Euchman, number 82, the tight end, but just a little bit overthrown. And this has been a very tough Cyclone defense throughout the year. They have bent at times, but they just do not break and have been very tough in the red zone. This is an experienced crew, and they know what to do. From the shotgun. Look out, Terrell Carter's giving, now David Stewart giving chase. And finally, Terrell Carter and Marcus Kitchens finally corralled him and bring him down. Let's look at it again. Bartlett wanted to go down the middle there, and then he's forced out of the pocket by Terrell Carter. Now big David Stewart is after him. And boy, look there, Stewart, he can run for a big guy. Just about got a hand on him, and then Kitchens and Carter corral him for the loss. Back to the 28-yard line, and the Cyclones will take over. First down and 10, stopping that attempt to score by the Catholic Rockets. Hughes is going to be dropped for a loss. Faked like he was going to hand it off, couldn't get rid of it. And the charge led by Drew Turner, number 31. So the Cyclones will have to operate from long range now. Football back at just outside the 20-yard line. Stephen Gebhardt and Haley go split right. Hughes in the shotgun. Looking to throw, comes out of the backfield to Golden. Golden knocked down, almost got away from that defender, but not quite. That was Stacy Hunter, the outside linebacker, a junior, number 84, who made that stop. Just got a hand on Golden enough to knock him off his feet or him to lose his balance. $14-0, the Cyclones lead second quarter from War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. The undefeated Russellville Cyclones trying to go to 8-0 on the year. Hughes. Big hole up the middle for Golden. Golden across the 25, out to the 28, maybe the 29-yard line. Nice hole. Let's look at it again from ground level. Great job of blocking by the Cyclone offensive line, and good job by Golden to run away from the defenders. And finally getting over there was Hayden Martin, number 13, defensive back, a junior. But here's Hocker to kick the football away. Long kick there. Sends the defender back to the 26-yard line. But a good return. With the return was Charlie Gardner, number 18. And Catholic will have it first down and 10. Hocker really got a leg into that one. So second quarter, football at the 38-yard line of Catholic. And the Rockets on their home field have the football again. 2 pass interceptions are the difference here, 14-0. You can see on the stadium clock and scoreboard. Taylor Bartlett. Quick pitch left. New back in the backfield. 45, 50, and run out of bounds by Terrell Carter. Carrying the football was Nick Rogue. Rogue, 5'8", 150, a sophomore. Rougeau. Rogue. Placed it out at the 45-yard line, just inside the 45. About a 17-yard run for Rogue, and a first down for the Rockets. Trailing 14-0. They got down close the last time. Give it off to the fullback, and the fullback 2 or 3 tough yards. Terrell Carter, Trent Leslie at the bottom of that pile. The fullback, Aaron Kowalski, made that run. Looked like a rugby scrum there for a moment. A lot of bodies there. At the 41, very tight formation. Quick pitch left. And there is Trent Leslie out there to make the stop, and he had some help. Let's look at it again. The quick pitch goes to the sophomore. There's Trent Leslie, and there's Lucas Frazee also in there to make that stop. The ball carrier was Nick Rogue. Loss of a couple back outside the 41-yard line. Twin receivers to the near side, that's right. Twin backs in the backfield surrounding Taylor Bartlett, who wants to throw, and the ball comes loose. But it's going to be fallen on by Catholic just as he was about to release it. Let's look at it again from ground level. Here comes Carter. Look at him come. Terrell Carter, boom, and the ball flies away. No doubt about it being a fumble, but just who's going to get there, and Catholic does fall on it. That looked like John Springer, number 3. Football at the 43-yard line. And in punt position is Tyler Campbell, number 34. Kick's going to roll out of bounds about the, they're going to move it back upfield, about the 18-yard line. So the Cyclones will be deep in their own territory midway through the second quarter, leading in the football game by a score of 14-0. Thanks to our great sponsors, including St. Mary's Regional Medical Center, Doctors Johnston and Richardson, EADS North America, Valley Motors Incorporated, and Simmons Bank. On IMC Studios Sportswatch, I formation in the backfield behind Barrett Hughes. He's under center this time. Give it off to Golden. Golden looks for a little squeeze and is able to get across the 30, about the 31-yard line. Let's look at it again from ground level. Wide handoff, and there's Tanner Keeling out to block for him. Golden turns it on and then wisely tries to sidestep and get out of bounds. Still a little action there, almost out of bounds. So the football out at the 32 for the Cyclones, trying to add to that 14-0 lead. Hand it off to Golden. Golden straight ahead, nice run. Finally is brought down as we look at it again on instant replay. Made a nice cut back to the right. Finally drugged down from behind by Andrew Toomer, a senior, number 29. Midway second quarter, Russellville 14 and Little Rock Catholic nothing. Cyclones trying to go out to 8-0 on the year here at War Memorial Stadium. What an atmosphere. What a place to play. What a great place to call a game from. And we have a whistle on the play. Going to be a timeout for the Cyclones. We'll be right back.
Danny Cawthorn wants to be your next Pope County Sheriff. He has 16 years of law enforcement background and experience, was hired as a Pope County deputy in 1974, is a Vietnam veteran who served with the 101st Airborne, the owner of a successful Pope County small business. Danny Cawthorn, your choice for Pope County Sheriff.
Hi, I'm Danny Cawthorn, and I'd like to be your next sheriff.
We want you to vote for Danny.
Have you looked closely at the rate on your interest-bearing checking account? What about the account benefits? Are you getting the rewards you deserve? Maybe it's time to check out Reward Checking, offered exclusively at First State Bank, the only bank in the market paying higher interest checking. Plus, you get same-day posting and refunds on your foreign ATM fees. We'll also include free online banking with bill pay. Don't settle for second-best checking when you can have Reward Checking from First State Bank, your true community bank.
So a little huddle with the offense around head coach Jeff Holt as the Cyclones trot back onto the field. Cyclones still waiting to deploy here. Football at the 37-yard line. And the officials are waiting on something here. Not quite sure what. I don't think it's a TV timeout, because we're still here. Now they're ready to go. Hughes directs traffic from the backfield from the shotgun. Looking, comes back left to Stephen Gebhardt. Breaks the tackle, off he's going. Oh, just one man to beat. Tackled at the 45-yard line. Let's look at it again from ground level. Hughes throws it here, eludes that tackle. Now look at him. Takes one quick step, boom, to the right, and he is gone. And only drugged down from behind. Hunter Rankin. He was seeing pay dirt. So the Cyclones at the 47-yard line, closer to the 46 actually, first down. Give it off to Golden, runs right, and plows ahead down to about the 41-yard line. Stop made defensively for Catholic by Charles Gardner, number 18, at the 41. Russellville and Catholic, two teams that have both had very fine seasons, but the Cyclones trying to stay atop the conference standings and remain at least number 2 in the state, depending on what top-ranked Bentonville does. Hughes, give it off to Golden, missed tackle there, but not a missed one there. Got about a yard. That's all said and done. Stop made by Hayden Martin, the defensive back junior, number 13. And there's the workhorse, Kenneth Golden. They give his forward progress to the 39. Third down for the Cyclones. About 3 to go. 3rd and 3. Hughes. Looking. Throws. Complete to Gebhard. And that looks to be enough for a first down. Stephen Gebhard reaching up there high. Just one step back out of the shotgun for Hughes, who throws. And Gebhard had to go high, but he did it. And he got enough for the first down. At the 35, first down, Cyclones. There's that offensive line doing a great job protecting. And now Barrett Hughes going to run it himself. Gets down to near the 25-yard line. Well, the Cyclones don't run it with the quarterback often, but let's look at it again from ground level. Hughes, I believe this is a run all the way. Didn't even try to fake it to the running back. Brings it himself. And finally is tripped up and brought down by number 28, Hunter Corte, number 28. Football at the 26-yard line of Catholic. Robinson goes split right. Gebhard is split left. Give it off to Golden, coming back to the near side. Gets near the 20-yard line before being forced out of bounds. Make it at the 22-yard line. Enough for the first down, and the Cyclones definitely moving into field goal territory for Zach Hocker. At least that, if not a touchdown. Under center is Barrett Hughes. Kenneth Golden with twins left. Play action fake. Throwing to the end zone. Tried to find Demarius Neal once again. He's already caught one touchdown pass this evening. Let him just a little bit too much that time at the goal line. He had broken free, had about a step on the defender. If the ball had been right there, it would have been another 6 for the Cyclones. Midway through the second quarter, 14-0, the Cyclones lead. All the scoring came in the first quarter, following 2 pass interceptions of Catholic quarterback Taylor Bartlett. Twins right, single receiver is back to the left-hand side. Hughes gives it off to Golden. No place to run, just had to get out of bounds. Forced out of bounds by Eric Redmond, a junior, 5'7", 157. So let's see what the Cyclones are going to do here. Ball at the 22-yard line. They've got the play they want to run. 3 wide receivers are split right. including David Robinson in the middle, number 5. Hughes throws. It's complete. Gebhardt almost broke away but couldn't get away from number 23, J. Blaine Tanner. 5'7", 150 sophomore, playing on that defensive side, moves the football to the 15-yard line. So we have a field goal attempt from the far hash mark. Put it down to 22. It'll be a 32-yard field goal attempt from Zach Hocker. And the kick is up. The kick, it is good. Russellville expands its lead to 17-0 over Little Rock Catholic. We'll be right back.
Want more life per gallon? Then Valley Motors is your best buy. With over 1/3 of our pre-owned inventory getting 30 miles per gallon and cars and trucks beginning at only $178 per month, it is a win-win situation for you. Plus, Valley Motors' goal is to finance everyone with the best rates, the best warranties, and the peace of mind in buying a quality certified pre-owned vehicle. That's Valley Motors, Highway 64 East in Russellville. Your friends in the car business.
So you like driving that thing?
It's intense.
Expensive to insure?
No. Went with Nationwide, saved like $500.
$500?
Yeah, it's great coverage.
Really? I didn't know Nationwide did that.
Life comes at you fast. With Nationwide, you could save like $500 on your auto insurance.
Contact Chris Lamberson at 968-8698.
Nationwide is on your side.
Huh.
$2:59 left to go in the half. Cyclones lead 17-0, but I'll tell you what, Scooter Register will make some adjustments at halftime. He is a tremendous coach. Two great coaches here tonight in Jeff Holt and Scooter Register. And the Cyclones right now getting the better of Scooter, 17-0. But we have another half of football plus 2:59 to play in this first half. So it's a long way from being over. Zach Hocker tees up the football at the 40-yard line. Steps off the yardage needed. And ready to kick off here. Deep is Riley McGinn. Not this time. Not any time tonight. That one 9 yards deep into the end zone. It's an automatic touchback. And Catholic will start with under 3 minutes to go in the first half at their own 20-yard line and trailing Russellville 17-0. Things have really gone the Cyclones' way here in the first half. So we await the Rockets to take the field. And let's see what Catholic can do in the final less than 3 minutes of this first half. Bartlett wants to throw out of the backfield. Does. Not much gain there. Matter of fact, no gain. Let's look at it again. Bartlett trying to throw it out in the flat and let the receiver run one-on-one, but there's no place to go. Josh Morosco is one of those there. No gain on the play, second down and 10. Twin receivers to the left. I formation in the backfield. Behind Taylor. Bartlett, give it off to the tailback. Gain of maybe one or two. David Stewart, number 99, makes the stop. And we have a whistle on the field. Looks like a timeout on the field with the Cyclones leading 17-0. .
Though I've been actively involved in public service for several years, I find that family life plays a critical role in preparing me to be your state representative. Families deal with budgets every day, and things like jobs and safety are paramount to us. We know education is the key to success, and that we all have to work together for the good of all. Families, they can teach us a lot about the right paths in life. As your next state representative, I'll bring my collective public service and practical experience to the state capitol.
The ball carrier that last carry was number 9, Riley McGinn. Catholic trying to stop the clock, use up their timeouts that they have remaining before halftime. You see 2:14 left to go in the first half. 17-0. A field goal from Zach Cocker. And touchdown passes. 2 of them. Back to throw, and the pass incomplete. Thrown short. Was intended for Garrett Euchman, number 82. Cyclones have had a touchdown pass to Demarius Neal and also to Tanner Keeling for their scores this evening. 5 points total from Zach Cocker on 2 extra point kicks and a 3-point field goal. So Catholic will now have to kick the football away. They didn't want to do that. Tyler Campbell with the kick. And a fair catch at the 48-yard line by David Robinson. So that's where the Cyclones will start. Late moments of the first half and leading 17-0. There's going to be a lot of things to talk about for both teams in the halftime locker room. From the shotgun, trips left, they call it. 3 wide receivers to the near side. That's the left-hand side offensively. Barrett Hughes throws out of the backfield. Got it to Haley, and Haley across midfield to the 49-yard line. Stop made by Catholic's Hunter Rankin, number 14. Well, he give his forward progress down inside the 48-yard line. Cyclones now in Catholic territory in the last moments of the first half. Throwing down the middle, almost complete. Oh, that one hurts. It hurts nobody more than the intended receiver, who was Tanner Keeling. He had to reach up for it, but if he'd hauled that one down, it would have been a big gain for the Cyclones right here. Brings up 3rd down, still about 6 to go. You saw head coach Jeff Holt bark in the signals to his offensive unit. Head coach, and quarterback Barrett Hughes. Single setback in the backfield behind Hughes. Play action. Looking. Oh, and nothing going to happen there. It's a sack. And a nice job by the Catholic defense. And we have a timeout called on the field. We're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be right back.
If you had someone build you a deck, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone build you a pool, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone install your roof, you'd want them to use award-winning GAF materials. Miller Roofing Company is the only GAF certified roofing company in the River Valley. Miller Roofing Company is the only one that accepts credit cards and offers financing. Don't settle for anything but the best. Don't settle for anyone but Miller Roofing Company, serving the River Valley for over 24 years.
As a kid, we had that encyclopedia from 1976, and I'd be like, why isn't the space shuttle in here? Today, students learn so much on the internet. They listen to famous speeches, and they look at that cat. That's why suddenly high-speed internet's great. There's no required contracts, and with connections that are faster than DSL, you'll know it's not 1976. Now that's groovy.
Get Suddenlink Value high-speed internet. Enjoy 1 meg of download speed for only $19.95 a month for your first 4 months.
There are the Cyclone cheerleaders combining on that sack. Number 29 was Andrew Toomer. Number 36 was Ryan Herget for the Rockets. 1:24 to go in the first half. 17-0 Cyclones. 2 touchdowns and a field goal. So the Cyclones back at their own 43-yard line now. And a punt attempt coming up. And Hocker will get it away and really put a foot into it. Back. Oh, it's going to die about the 9-yard line. Actually went back as far as the 5, but took a little bit of a bounce for Catholic. They're still deep in their own territory at about the 9 or 10-yard line. It'll be first down for Catholic from War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock, with the Cyclones leading 17-0, ranked number 2 in the state. Bentonville is number 1. So the offensive unit trots onto the field for Catholic. Taylor Bartlett has gone all the way at quarterback. Send 3 wide receivers right. That's on the left-hand side of your screen, but right offensively. And carrying the football as Terrell Carter bringing down quarterback Taylor Bartlett after not much of a gain. There's a flag on the play. So Jared Vincent looks to the sideline to see what the coaches want to do. We'll see what the officials what word they got from the Cyclones as far as what option they wanted to take. It was declined on the procedure penalty, or false start. 17-0 and about a minute to go here in the first half. Marcus Kitchens trying to get the crowd into the ball game. This is a big cavernous area here at War Memorial Stadium, so it takes a lot of people to make a lot of noise. I formation in the backfield. Twin receivers left. Keeping it is the quarterback. He dives out to about the 15-yard line. Grant Mitchner bringing down quarterback Taylor Bartlett. Actually say he got out of bounds about the 13-yard line, so not a big pickup. Twin receivers, now 3 wide receivers are split right for Catholic. Looking. And nothing doing there. Marcus Kitchens, just too good a pass defense from the Cyclone secondary. The quarterback, Taylor Bartlett, couldn't find anybody to throw to, and then Marcus Kitchens closed the door. That'll be the end of the first half with our score. Russellville 17 and the Rockets 0. An exciting second half is surely coming your way. We'll be right back with it in just a moment.
At C&D Drugstore, we strive for the best hometown service we can give. Locally owned and operated since the late 1800s, C&D Drugstore is one of the oldest established drugstores in Arkansas. At C&D Drugstore, we accept all Medicare Part D and offer free delivery. We offer custom compounding and custom flavors for all your prescription needs. So come let our highly trained pharmacy staff assist you and enjoy the snack bar while you wait. C&D Drugstore, 968-2456.
The captain's going out onto the field to decide what everybody's going to do for the third quarter as far as who's going to kick and who's going to receive. Cyclones had a very good first half and lead 17-0. Let's see what's going to happen now. And the Rockets are going to receive the goal to your right to begin here in the third quarter. So we get set for that third quarter. The Cyclones back onto the field. There's Blake Robinson throwing the football. Stephen Gebhardt, and at the other end there is David Robinson and Barrett Hughes. A lot of football being played by those young men, and a lot of the key to the Cyclones' offensive success right there. Beautiful spot right here at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Good crowd from the Cyclones, and the head coach Jeff Holt, happy to be leading 17-0. Not everything was, I'm sure the coaches are never satisfied 100%, but really good half of football for the Cyclones. Couple of interceptions that were turned into points there in the first quarter. A 35-yard drive and a 22-yard drive. A very short field for the Cyclones there following interceptions. One from Jared Vincent, one from Lucas Frazee. That resulted in 14 points. And 2 extra points from Zach Cocker, and then a field goal, 32-yard field goal from Zach Cocker also. And Zach has also been putting those kickoffs right there into the end zone. So here we go. There's Hocker to lead the kickoff team onto the field. There's Blake Robinson, Stephen Gebhardt, Jason Walker. And don't forget, if you've got relatives that want to watch or listen to the game, you can watch it on Sportswatch on demand at www.imcdtv.com. Even if they're overseas, any place you can follow the Cyclones around the world. So here's Zach Hocker to set up for the kickoff. $17-0, but you just have that feeling. Scooter Register has been around a long time, and he has a way of motivating players. He has a way of figuring out those wrinkles to get his ball club back into the game. So, we've got a half of football left to go between the Cyclones walking out of War Memorial Stadium with their 8th victory. There's the kick. It's going to go down, and that's 7 or 8 yards deep in the end zone. And touchback once again. Riley McGinn made the reception, but no run back, and that's great news. Can't do any better than that. So Catholic will start at their own 20, first down and 10, as the third quarter gets underway. Cyclone defense has thrown a shutdown. A shutout, I should say, has shut down the Catholic offense and has thrown a shutout at Catholic so far here in the ballgame. Give it off. There's that fullback. Pounces out across the 25, out to the 27-yard line. Jared Vincent makes the stop. on Aaron Walensky. At the 27, gain of 7. 2nd and 3. And Catholic has had some success on the ground. Taylor Bartlett, every play goes over there close to the coaching staff to get the play that they want run. Twin receivers split left, I formation. Give it off to the tailback. Little bit of running room, but tripped up as he got across the 30. Jared Vincent with the big paw out there. Thomas Gring, number 2, was the running back. But enough for the first down as he was able to stumble his way out across the 30. We'll call it the 32-yard line. Tell you what, Jared is always aware of where he is, even if he's on his back. He's reaching and grabbing. Triple I formation, back to throw. Downfield, and it's incomplete. Boy, searched real good by Bradford Webb at the last moment. The pass was intended for Garrett Ukeman. Let's look at it again from ground level. Bartlett, good touch on the ball here. Had it right on target. Ukeman had to wait a second for it, and look at this search job. Bradford Webb has come into his own, and he made sure that ball was incomplete. Triple I formation once again. Give it to the tailback this time, and David Stewart finished that play before I could get started. Let's look at it again. Stands up the offensive lineman, then comes across and just crushes the back carrying the football, and that was Ukeman. Garrett Ukeman, who plays some tailback, plays some tight end. Nothing there as the 6'4", 327-pounder put a stop on it. Down the line option. Bartlett stopped at the 36. Jared Vincent over there. And he's always fired up. Let me tell you, that guy, he comes to play every down, every night. And seems like he's everywhere. Well, at the 36, this drive is going to stop for Catholic. David Robinson deep. Tyler Campbell will kick the football away for Catholic. Almost blocked. And the ball's going to roll out of bounds. Robinson finally took his hands away. Rolls out of bounds about the 26 or the 27-yard line. That's where Russellville will start. First down and 10. Leading 17-0 here in the third quarter. Barrett Hughes under center. Left side to Golden. Golden sprinting to the sideline and out of bounds at the 35. Boy, oh boy. See this one from ground level. Looked like Golden took out a camera operator over here. Let's see. Goes out of bounds and then, boom, yes. Ooh. Cameraman trying to keep focused on the play, and he never saw that truck hit him. 33-yard line, you see that, seen that saying, objects may be closer than they appear. Well, they were a lot closer than they appeared. Flip-flop as we have Sparks in the ball game now at tailback. He gets the ball, and he gets stopped. He gets drilled. Connor McWilliams, number 42, made the stop. Jacob Sparks was the ball carrier. At the 30-yard line. Three wide receivers right. Barrett Hughes. Back. Throwing. He was hit just as he threw the football. Trying to get it out there for Haley, but overthrown just a little bit. He threw off that back foot and was hit just as he delivered the football. So plays the football back at the 30. Zach Hocker will kick the football away now for the Cyclones. And the kick is away. And is going to roll dead at the 38-yard line. That's where Catholic will have it, first down and 10. And Russellville continuing to lead by a score of 17-0. Looking for victory number 8 on the year. Try to remain at least second in the state. And this is a very confident and a very proud and a very determined group of Cyclones. From the shotgun, Taylor Bartlett ready to go on first down. Thomas Gring is the running back in the backfield. Give it off to Gring, and Gring is met just about as soon as he got a hold of the football. Terrell Carter was there. Trent Leslie was there. Here comes Carter from the right-hand side. Look here. Steps up. Whoa! And then Vincent really lowers the boom on him. They say football is a contact sport. I've heard tell. Back. Bartlett out of the backfield. Swings it to Euchre, and Euchre gets to the 42. Bobby Goins and Trent Leslie make the stop. 24-41 on the play. Tried to get a swing pass out there to stop this onrush by the Cyclone defensive front wall, which has been just ferocious at times this evening. This is a physical football game here. I formation, triple I in the backfield. Throws it out of the backfield for Euchre, and Euchre slips down as he made the cut at the 42. Not much of a gain, if any. Maybe a yard. Tried to cut it back, and we have a flag on the play also. I see a yellow napkin out there. But the infraction is declined, and that will bring up a fourth down situation. And Catholic will have to punt the football away. So the Cyclones stop another Catholic offensive series.
Watch the ball.
Some directions being given there by, looks like the back judge. Head coach Jeff Holt looking on, and the kick is away, but there may be a problem there. David Robinson made the fair catch at the 20, but I saw some contact against the punter. And if that's the case, that may not have been the last. There's the yellow hanky. That may not be the last down on this series for Catholic. That will give them new life. Then marched off. Yes, it's personal foul, roughing the punter. And that gives Catholic new life. One of their biggest plays of the night, down to the 42-yard line, inside the 42. And we have whistles everywhere. It's a flag on the play, maybe against the Cyclones once again. Thought I heard Coach Holt talking to the lineman to back up a little bit. There's 5 more down to the 36. Well, that's 20 yards right there given in penalties. So I'll bring wide receiver to the near side. Trips right, that's the narrow side of the field. Bartlett throws it out and completely downed right there. Josh Marasco with a nice submarine job. The pass was complete to Paul Drake, number 85, one of the co-captains. But Marasco dove through there to make the stop. The home of the Catholic Rockets. You can see head coach Jeff Holt, I think he's hoping the clock will run fast now as we are more than halfway through the third period, but Catholic with one of its best drives of the night. Triple I formation. Back. Look out, here comes Grant Mitchner. He trips him up. Terrell Carter puts the finishing touches on the quarterback, Taylor Bartlett, and you can give a coverage sack on that also because look how long Bartlett is looking downfield. Looking downfield, and he keeps looking one way too, and that's too long. You can't hold it that long. Your offensive lineman can't hold him out that long. So that's a great job by the Cyclone secondary. Triple I formation once again. We didn't see much of this in the first half. We've seen a lot of it here in the second. Back. Bartlett throwing. Has a man there, but incomplete. Overthrew John Springer. Bradford Webb was behind the play. 5:23 to go, third period. So at the 40, it will be punt time once again for the Rockets. Tyler Campbell in punt position. And it's going to roll and be down, oh boy, at about the 3. Good kick by Campbell. And the Cyclones will start deep in their own territory at their own 3-yard line, but in a good position here. At least they have the football. And they stop. Even with that 20 yards of penalties, the Cyclone defense able to stop that series of downs for Catholic. Again, Sportswatch on demand. You see it there, www.imcdtv.com. We're streaming it. It's going everywhere. Barrett Hughes precariously deep in his own territory. The gain out to about the 5 by Kenneth Golden. Stop made by stop was made by Colbert Nelson, number 49. Second down and 8. Reaching the final stages, last couple of minutes or so of the third period. Still 17-0. The Cyclones throwing a shutout at the Catholic Rockets here at War Memorial. Golden lines up deep in his own end zone. And there's a flag. Oh, I've seen a lot of yellow hankies here over the last few minutes. False start on the Cyclones. That'll be half the distance to the goal. Back to the 2.5. Oh boy. Don't have much operating room down there. You've got to be very careful. From the shotgun, and now Barrett Hughes will be lined up with Golden in the end zone. Oh! The ball comes loose. out of the hands of Barrett Hughes, and it's a safety. That is a safety. They said that the ball did come loose, but not until after the safety was recorded, and that's what you're afraid of right there. When you're that close to your own end zone, is that you line up in the end zone, and if they come free and get a sack, which is one of the things that happens when you run a shotgun, you possibility of giving up that safety, and that's exactly what happened there. So it's 17-2. And worse, the Cyclones, well, no, worse, but another bad thing, they have to kick off to Catholic. So from the 20-yard line, Zach Hocker will kick the football away, and Catholic's going to get the ball right back. Well, Zach Hocker may not be able to put it in the end zone this time. That would be an 80-yard kick. He's got a strong leg, but I think that'd be a lot to ask. He does send it back to the 15, though. Out to the 30, 35, and to the 40-yard line. Good return from Catholic of 25 yards. Riley McGinn. And Catholic has got to be pumped up a little bit now. They finally got on the scoreboard, and they have the football right back at the 41-yard line. And, you know, they can do the math. A touchdown, a two-point conversion makes it 17-10, and then you're only one score down. That's exactly what we were talking about. I formation. Tailback. Runs right. Jared Vincent over there to make the stop after 4 or 5. The pickup from Thomas Gring, number 2. We'll call it 5 yards on the play. Second and 5. I formation, but not the triple I this time. Give it to the tailback. Stacked up, but he gets to the outside, makes a little bit more before David Stewart runs him down from behind. Boy, I tell you what, that 6'4", 327 can move. Again, that was Gring, the ball carrier. He got 2 yards after it should have really been nothing. 3rd down and 3. Because he was bottled up as he hit the line. And don't you know there's some college scouts looking at David Stewart and going, what? 327, and he's running down ball carriers. And a nice run by the quarterback right there, Taylor Bartlett, for a first down to the 40-yard line of the Cyclones. Just a keeper play all the way. Got a little breathing room, and they'll place it back. Knee touchdown at the 41, but it's a first down for Catholic, and they are fired up right now. They can see where they can get back into the ballgame. 2:48 left to go. Third period. You see the instant replay here at War Memorial. Bartlett wants to go downtown. That's a catch right there inside the 5. Beautiful over-the-shoulder catch by Paul Drake. At 6'2", able to reach up there and get it. And it'll be a first and goal at the 3-yard line for Catholic. Boy, thrown into double coverage. Wow. Good concentration from Drake. 6'2", 210, but now quick pitch at the 5 and down near the goal line. Carrying the football was Nick Rogue.
Nick Rougeau, the ball carrier.
Well, you hear the public address announcer, Rougeux, carried the football. Sounds like a French name to me. at the 1. And the quarterback takes it in for the touchdown, Taylor Bartlett. And you don't think Catholic is excited right now? They've brought it back to 17-8. It's a 9-point game. And if they can score a 2-point conversion, it is a 1-possession game separating these two teams. 1 touchdown. And a whole quarter plus a few seconds to go in this ball game. Plenty of time. Well, are they going to go for 2 or are they going to kick it? The kicker is in the ball game, but now a timeout is called for Catholic. So they're going to talk about it. We look at the clock. 1:53 left to go in the third period, and we'll be right back.
It's really cute. Don't you love the sunroof?
Yeah, especially this time of year.
How's the insurance on it?
You won't believe. I went with Nationwide and saved like $500.
$500?
Yeah, coverage is great.
Huh. I didn't know Nationwide did that.
Life comes at you fast. With Nationwide, you could save like $500 on your auto insurance.
Contact Chris Lamberson at 968-8698.
Nationwide is on your side.
Are you ready to score a touchdown on the new Toyota? I'm Randy Cox of Phil Wright Toyota in Russellville. And if you want to shop at a dealership where you have a comfortable hometown atmosphere,
where you're treated with respect and allowed to make an intelligent decision about the car that is right for your needs without being pushed.
where we never have any bogus charges just for doing your paperwork.
A dealership that offers great prices without all the tricky advertising gimmicks.
Come see Joel, Michael, or Heath, or visit us online at www.philwrighttoyota.com.
There's the Cyclone defense right there. Talking things over how to defend against either the extra point kick or a 2-point attempt coming up. So let's see what Catholic is going to do here. Final moments of the third period, and now very much back into this ball game. Cyclones led 17-0 since early in the second quarter, but now find themselves only ahead 17-8. Catholic's going to go for two. Bartlett throws. It's there. It's a 2-point conversion. It's good. Boy, he was going down and was able to find John Springer for the 2-point conversion, and guess what? It is 17-10. The Cyclones have got some work to do in a moment.
When you're looking for a pre-owned vehicle, Valley Motors offers the best selection in the River Valley. Only the cleanest vehicles that have passed a Carfax report and our silver certified 70-point inspection are waiting for you. Plus, we have a large selection of vehicles getting 30 miles per gallon or more. Knowledgeable, friendly salespeople, the best selection, prices starting at $49.95, and easy financing are all at Valley Motors Pre-Owned Center, your friends in the car business. Highway 64 East in Russellville.
A whole different kind of ball game now. It was 17-0, and suddenly, after the safety, 17-10. 10 points, boom. Tyler Campbell will kick off. And you know Catholic is excited. Well, they faked like they were going to have an onside kick, but decide not to. Campbell ready to kick off. And he kicks it deep. from the 7-yard line. Golden. Nice run. 30, 35 out to the 38-yard line. Best way to answer that, a great run back on a kickoff return. Look at this one again. Golden goes back foot at the 7-yard line. Straight up the field, now makes a quick shift to the left, finds the crease. Cuts back and finally makes it out. Turns and falls out to the 38-yard line. Picked up about 5 yards after contact. So the Cyclones now, they have not scored in the second half. Lead 17-10 instead of 17-0. Back, play action. Throw is out there and incomplete. Good idea. Tried to go to Demarius Neal, who has a touchdown catch in the ball game. Just dove and couldn't come up with it. Good idea, because he was out there. On the play action fake, Jason Walker checks into the lineup, along with Kenneth Golden. Cyclones trying to hold on and go to 8-0 and remain at least second in the state, depending on what happens with Bentonville. Give it off. It is a reverse to David Robinson. Robinson is going to be dropped for a loss back at the 30-yard line. Boy, Catholic smelled that. Best defensive play of the ball game for Catholic. They had a host of blue jerseys ready for that reverse back at the 30. So the Cyclones will try to pull something else out of the hat. Try to get some offense going here, get another touchdown on the board. Get a little breathing room away from these Rockets. Because the momentum has definitely swung to the Rockets right now. Hughes. Going downtown. Has a man and just barely leads David Robinson. Almost 6, and he had 2 defenders beat. Back there was Hayden Martin and also Charlie Gardner. But Robinson had him beat, but he had to look right over his head, try to bring that ball down, and it fell just about a yard too long. So Zach Hocker's going to have to kick the football away. Catholic's going to get it back. Picked up, and not much there. Making the stop for Russellville is John Olson. At the 41-yard line, that is where Catholic will have it first down and 10. There's a flag on the play. Personal foul, face mask against Russellville. That's why you heard the boos from the Cyclone fans. 15 yards. Oh, this one hurts. Down to the 44-yard line. So now it's a first down for the Rockets, and they're just 44 yards away from tying this football game. Boy, how the worm can turn. Give it off. Sliding to the outside, that's the tailback, Thomas Kring, and the Cyclone defense responds. Jared Vincent, Terrell Carter, and others. Straight handoff here, but look at this close. Boom. Nice high tackle. And the first one there for the Cyclones was Logan Pruitt, number 35. And that'll be the last play of the third quarter. Cyclones holding on, leading by 7 at the end of 3 periods, leading Catholic 17-10. We'll be back for the fourth quarter. Hold on in just a moment.
Cars have changed a lot over the years. If your pride and joy has been in an accident or just needs restoration, you need a team of specialists with the up-to-date knowledge and equipment to do the job right. At Advanced Collision Solutions, our team is certified as ICAR Gold Class professionals to restore all kinds of vehicles, from antiques to RVs, and we guarantee our service with a lifetime warranty.
So choose the right solution. Choose Advanced Collision Solutions.
At C&D Drugstore, we strive for the best hometown service we can give. Locally owned and operated since the late 1800s, C&D Drugstore is one of the oldest established drugstores in Arkansas. At C&D Drugstore, we accept all Medicare Part D and offer free delivery. We offer custom compounding and custom flavors for all your prescription needs. So come let our highly trained pharmacy staff assist you and enjoy the snack bar while you wait. C&D Drugstore, 968-2456.
Well, a very serious huddle. The defense knows the job it has to do right now. Fourth quarter begins. The momentum has swung to Catholic. They've scored the last 10 points in a row, and Coach McNabb, you can see how intense he is on the sideline with that group. They know what to do, though. This is an experienced, talented defense. So they come back out on the field. They flip-flop to the sides of the field. So at the 43. You can't allow Catholic to score here and continue to hold momentum. Back to throw. Bartlett being forced out of the pocket, throws down the field and knocked away, threw it in double coverage. Good defense. The intended receiver was Paul Drake. Let's look at it again. Bartlett does a good job eluding the onrush. There's David Stewart right after him. And downfield, going up high there was Webb. That was Bradford Webb going up high to knock it away. Bradford all 5'7" of him. From the shotgun, down the line option. Keeping it, Bartlett. Well, he made some on second effort down to the 40. Grant Mitchner, Trent Leslie over there to make the stop. 36-41. Big third down play coming here. But for Catholic, are they already in 4-down territory? Well, they're going to kick. I guess I miscounted it. And it's a fake. It will be enough for a first down. Miscounted. It was actually fourth down, and carrying the football on the short snap was Euchman. They spot at the 34, and the officials are going to look at it to see if it was enough for the first down. And I don't think the coaching staff was too happy with the spot. It looked to me like that they definitely made the stop before he got inside. That's enough for the first down by the length of the football. But really, it looked like they stopped him back around the 35, not even close to the 34. But that's where the officials spotted it, and that's where the first down was recorded, and that's where Catholic continues to hold on to the football, and things are not too bright at the moment. Give it off to the tailback. Picks up a couple of tough yards over the left side. Logan Pruitt again makes the stop from ground level. Thomas Gring sidestepped one there and picks up about 3 on the play. Also over there was Chase Wetzel. We'll call it 3. Actually, about 2. We were talking about the 34-yard line down to the 32-yard line. So pick up of 2. 2nd and 8. I formation. Give it to the fullback. He busts it inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Wetzel there to make the stop. Picked up about 3 or 4 on that one. Still leaves about 5 or 5.5 yards for a first down. But you can see that 20-yard line. That's the red zone right there. And Catholic is getting close to the red zone now. Bartlett back to throw out of the backfield. Almost swatted down to Euchman. Euchman runs over one down to the 20-yard line. That'll be enough for a first down. Bobby Goins made the stop, number 24. You see what time's remaining. Just 9:39 left in this one as the fans look at the instant replay. At the 20-yard line. The Rockets now in the red zone, trying to tie this game up. Quick pitch comes left to the 19, maybe the 18-yard line. Did the ball come loose? Cyclones say it did. Let's look. That's Roju carried the football. Cuts back in. There comes, you see the ball inside the circle there on instant replay. It came out. A dive for it. And the Cyclones, there's Jared Vincent saying that the Cyclones came up with the football. There's a flag on the play. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Cyclones. And I guess that must be for celebrating a little too much. Well, how could you keep from being excited at that point of the ball game and that point on the field, being that excited? But the football being run back down to the 9-yard line. But the good news is the Cyclones have the football. Now they're going to talk about it. Now they're coming over to talk to head coach Jeff Holt. He does not understand. Well, the Cyclones have the football. They did recover the fumble. They just were a little too exuberant, according to the officials. But boy, how do you keep from being excited? You put your whole heart on the line, and I don't care which team it is. Give it off. There's Kenneth Golden, runs out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Nice first down play. Charlie Gardner is the one who ran him out of bounds. Real deep, wide handoff, but look at Robinson come over here and give him a good block right there. And finally bumped out of bounds. You know, I understand, and I think our fans do, that if you go in the end zone, you do all that little dancing and stuff that's extracurricular and all that noise and pound the ball into the ground and all that, that's a little bit excessive. But in a situation like that, I mean, this is oh, there's the ball loose. Cyclones, Kenneth Golden on the football around the 19-yard line. Not much doing there. Let me tell you, there's a lot of emotion on that field right now. There was a lot of emotion when the Cyclones came up with that fumble recovery. There's a lot of emotion right now for the Rockets. They know they're close. Trying to strip the ball away, do something to get the ball back. Hughes, little flare pass underneath and nothing doing there. Nice play turned in. Defensively by the Rockets on Kenneth Golden. Maybe a yard gain. The clock is on the Cyclone side, but the score only 7 points between these two. And the Rockets know if they score and they go for 2, and they've already made 1 2-point conversion tonight, they could win this football game. And the football is deep in the Cyclone into the field. Matter of fact, at the 20-yard line. Hughes under pressure, throws out. Boy, there's a big catch right there at the 30. Stephen Gebhard made the reception. The defender was Hunter Court. But a little more room to operate for the Cyclones out at the 30. Fourth and 2, you can see right there. Well, Catholic, of course, ran a fake earlier. But do the Cyclones dare fake it this deep in their own territory and really about 2 yards to go? I don't really see it. Boy, there's a bobbled snap there. And back in the good roll for the Cyclones out of bounds inside the 25. So Catholic's going to get the ball, but the Cyclones get themselves out of trouble with a good Zach Hocker punt. And now the Cyclone defense, it's on their shoulders. Russellville 17, Catholic 10. This will make you lose all your fingernails. And the Rockets trying to come up with something that will put them in the end zone. They are 77 yards plus a ooch away. But they were driving a lot closer a few moments ago. Cyclone defense got a little bit of room to work. But there's that big fullback across the 30 to about the 31-yard line. Aaron Walensky. He's carried the ball a few times this evening, 205-pounder. Out to the 31. It's almost like a short dive play right there, giving it to the short man in the I formation. Give it again to Walensky. Bounced off one tackler, fights his way across the 35 out to the 38-yard line before a host of Cyclones. I see Terrell Carter at the bottom of that pile. There's Bradford Webb, number 1. Tell you what, I thought Walensky was stopped at the line of scrimmage, but he wasn't. He kept those legs churning. At the 38-yard line. Cyclone fans urging this Cyclone defense to make another stop. Bartlett down the line option. There was a broken play there. Somebody was supposed to do something different, and Bartlett able to turn it into about a 2-yard gain. He turned around. There was nobody there to give it to. Trent Leslie in on the play. At the 40. But that was obviously a busted play. So far, Catholic doing most of their damage on the ground. Although they've had a couple of big pass plays, pass completions set up their touchdown at the 3-yard line. Bartlett throws it out of the backfield, complete. Ooh, Lucas Frazee over there. Josh Morosco said, nope. Paul Drake, you're not going any further. On instant replay. Ball thrown out of the backfield. There's Drake, and Drake looking for the stake. Can't even get back to the original stake. Nice job by the Cyclone defense. Football at the 36-yard line. 3rd down. And the Cyclone defense rising up to the occasion to this point. Boy, you can hear the excitement. Both sides urging their players on. Close ball game, 17-10. Back, Bartlett now going to run with it. Going to be hauled down from behind by Terrell Carter as he crossed the 40 to the 41. Jared Vincent also there. So the 41-yard line. The punter is on the field, but you better watch for another fake. Tyler Campbell. Campbell kicks it away. And it's going to go out of bounds. See where the officials are going to mark it. He says about the 25-yard line. David Robinson got over there, but it bounded past him, so. All right, Cyclones have the football, trying to run out some clock. Put some first downs end to end. Maybe move down, get in field goal range. Get this one at least out of touchdown range for Catholic. Cyclones have not scored since early in the second quarter. Holding on, they led 17-0 till late in the third quarter. Give it off to Golden, and Golden, nice run here. Gets out to about the 28-yard line. There was nothing there, and he made something out of nothing. Finally run that down by Colbert Nelson, number 49, the defensive back. Football at the 28-yard line. Picked up about 3 on the play, 2nd and 7. At least the clock is moving. Twin receivers go right. I formation in the backfield. Hughes. Play action. Nice block there, and throws the ball the way it was intended for Demarius Neal, but he had drawn double coverage, and so Hughes just very wisely threw the ball away. Is this the time to go to Tanner Keeling? Usually in a big spot, that's where they've gone. That's all we have left in this one. 3:51, 17-10. Boy, it has been a physical, hard-fought, nose-to-nose football game. Trips right. Will the Cyclones go out to 8-0? The next 3.5 minutes, we'll know. Hughes throws out of the backfield. Complete to Stephen Gebhardt, trying to dive for the stake. Got out to near the 35. Looks like he's a little bit short. Hughes finds Gebhardt. Oop. Looked like a block in the back there, didn't it? And the dive out near the stakes. But I don't see a flag, so apparently that one didn't get registered by the officials. But guess what? Zach Hocker's into the ball game. Cyclone specialty team, the punt team is on the field, and you know that Catholic has got to be thinking about a block. Let's see what the coaches want to do here. Now they're going to talk about it. Timeout for the Cyclones as they talk about things here at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. Not much time remaining in this one. You can see it on the scoreboard. 2:51 to play at War Memorial. We'll be right back.
If you had someone build you a deck, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone build you a pool, you'd want them to use the best materials. If you had someone install your roof, you'd want them to use award-winning GAF materials. Miller Roofing Company is the only GAF certified roofing company in the River Valley. Miller Roofing Company is the only one that accepts credit cards and offers financing. Don't settle for anything but the best. Don't settle for anyone but Miller Roofing Company, serving the River Valley for over 24 years.
Though I've been actively involved in public service for several years, I find that family life plays a critical role in preparing me to be your state representative. Families deal with budgets every day, and things like jobs and safety are paramount to us. We know education is the key to success, and that we all have to work together for the good of all. Families, they can teach us a lot about the right paths in life. As your next state representative, I'll bring my collective public service and practical experience to the state capitol. .251 to go in this football game. Cyclones have led all the way.
but clinging to a 7-point lead and knowing that Catholic is going to bring everything, including the kitchen sink here. Because less than 3 minutes, not a whole lot of time to work with. And Zach Hocker needs a great kick here. All right, the officials standing and waiting. Looked like another TV timeout. I didn't hear one. All right, we're ready to go. Zach Hocker with a big kick in this ball game. Low snap, and he digs it out. Gets it away. Back at the 20 to the 19-yard line. And the Cyclones make the special teams coverage. Stephen Gebhardt down there. Only about a 3-yard return. Lucas Frazee also there. So good coverage by the Cyclones, and the Rockets have got 79 yards to go to pay dirt. Well, there's time, but they'll have to do it in a hurry. I'm not sure you can do it on the ground with short. There's 2:39 to go. I'm not sure you can do it in short little groups of yards. You can't do it 4 and 5 yards at a time and get down the field in time. So the old master, Scooter Register, I know he's probably trying to come up with something here. But the Cyclone defense has been tough. Bartlett wants to throw. Fires. It's complete. That's Springer, but he stepped out of bounds. And then out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Well, I thought he stepped out of bounds back upfield about the 50-yard line. They put it at the 39, but it obviously looked like he stepped out of bounds at midfield before he cut back to the middle of the field. And I think that's what Terrell Carter is talking about. Oh, me. That one was obvious at the 39. Only 39 yards away. Quick pitch comes left. Boy, what a play by the Cyclone defense. Who was that? That had to have been, that was Kitchens. Dove in there. Give the quick pitch. Comes to the fullback, Walensky. And that's Frazee. Yeah, that's Lucas Frazee on the ground. There's Kitchens on the other side. Loss on the play. What a job by the defense back to the 41. Time is running out on the Rockets, but they don't have that far to go. Some fans just don't want to look. I formation. Back, Bartlett. Running for his life. Now he's going to keep it and runs down to the 30-yard line. He stayed in bounds. I'm surprised he didn't try to get out of bounds and stop the clock. And we have a Rocket who is injured. Maybe John Springer, number 3. It is. But he gets up quickly. Looked like something was said there. Springer may have said something to somebody on the Cyclone sideline. Well, the football is at the 29-yard line, folks. It is getting critical. A touchdown and a 2-point conversion might be enough to bring Catholic all the way back and into the lead. You can hear the fans going, "Come on, D!" High formation. Give it off to the fullback, Walensky. He goes nowhere. Trent Leslie and Terrell Carter said, "That's enough. That is enough." Look at it again. Give it to the fullback, and there's just nothing there. Trent Leslie just stood him up. Great job by Trent Leslie. 1:11 to play. Timeout on the field. We're down to the crunch time. We'll be right back.
Have you looked closely at the rate on your interest-bearing checking account? What about the account benefits? Are you getting the rewards you deserve? Maybe it's time to check out reward checking, offered exclusively at First State Bank, the only bank in the market paying higher interest checking. Plus, you get same-day posting and refunds on your foreign ATM fees. We'll also include free online banking with bill pay. Don't settle for second-best checking when you can have reward checking from First State Bank, your true community bank.
Are you ready to score a touchdown on the new Toyota? I'm Randy Cox of Philwright Toyota in Russellville. And if you want to shop at a dealership where you have a comfortable hometown atmosphere,
where you're treated with respect and allowed to make an intelligent decision about the car that is right for your needs without being pushed.
Where we never have any bogus charges just for doing your paperwork.
A dealership that offers great prices without all the tricky advertising gimmicks.
Come see Joel, Michael, or Heath, or visit us online at www.philwrighttoyota.com.
Well, the Cyclone D needs one more big push. 1:11 to play in the ball game. 17-10. Will the Cyclones remain unbeaten? Everybody on their feet here. 3 wide receivers left from the shotgun. Bartlett. Down the line option. Want to keep it? Jared Vincent knocks the pins out from underneath him at the 20-yard line. On replay. It's an option. Slowed a little bit by Grant Mixter. And then Jared Vincent dove in there. There he is. Is he intense or what? And the Cyclones are going to take over the football at the 31-yard line. They had to make that play. 1:06 to play, and now the Cyclones will just try to run out the clock. Barrett Hughes gives it off to Tanner Keeling. Main thing is they just want to take some time off the clock and run it out. At the 32, the Cyclones can hold on. They'll be 8-0. Timeout is called. And since there's a timeout on the field, there's the Cyclone faithful. We'll be back for the final minute of this one.
Danny Cawthorn wants to be your next Pope County Sheriff. He has 16 years of law enforcement background and experience, was hired as a Pope County deputy in 1974, is a Vietnam veteran who served with the 101st Airborne, the owner of a successful Pope County small business. Danny Cawthorn, your choice for Pope County Sheriff.
Hi, I'm Danny Cawthorn, and I'd like to be your next sheriff.
We want you to vote for Danny.
Life comes at you fast. But with Nationwide Blue Ribbon Claim Services, you don't have to worry if your car's been in an accident.
Contact Chris Lamberson at 968-8698.
Nationwide is on your side.
Cyclone offense back onto the field. Of course, anywhere in the world, you can see it now on demand. www.imcdtv.com from the victory formation. Hughes just steps back, puts the knee down. Boy, just about got trampled. I don't think Catholic's too happy with the last few minutes, the way this has gone, and they're pretty sensitive about the situation they thought that they were so close, and they were so close to winning this football game, and had come back so far. So you know the emotions are right there out on their sleeves. Surprised there wasn't a penalty flag there. 26-25, this should be the last play of the football game. And again, Barrett Hughes just puts the knee down. A few words being said back and forth, but that's going to be the end of this one. The Cyclones are going to hold on, and they're going to win this football game at War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. The final score, Russellville 17 and Catholic 10 in a hard-fought victory on the Catholic home field of Little Rock's War Memorial Stadium in Little Rock. And guess what, folks? There are the excited Cyclones on the sideline with the large throng of home fans that made it all the way down to Little Rock. And guess what's next? Conway. We'll see you for that one.
Way to go, Cyclones!
Players of the game brought to you by IMC Studios. Offensive player of the game, Demarius Neal. Defensive player of the game, Terrell Carter. Special teams player of the game, Zach Hocker. The players of the game brought to you by IMC Studios.